Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow travelers. Obelix here, and today I want to take just a second to talk to you about my very first Zew Box watch. So a little while ago, back in like November, December I think, I joined a Kickstarter campaign for a new watch subscription service, kinda watch gamey but kinda not, called Zew Box. And after many months of delay, they finally got us a product. Though actually only half of a product, because I signed up for both tiers, and I'll take you over to the computer in a minute and we'll go through the tiers, but I signed up for both tiers, and so far I've only gotten one. So a little bit of a rocky start. Now they have had a little bit, and I do mean a tiny little bit of communication. That's one of my negatives against them, is their lack of communication. But a little bit of communication where they're saying, "Hey, we're sorry about the delays. It's a new concept. It's really hard for us to produce. Blah 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 blah." So short and sweet, we got one here today. We're going to take a look at it. Got the very massive and awesome Ontario Hossam for opening duties today. It is a beast for sure. Should make short work of this. Now the first month with Zew Box was Smith & Bradley. Now we've seen Smith & Bradley before as a Watch King Platinum. They released the Atlantis, and I didn't like it. To me, it looked trashy. But hey, to each his own. There's guys that like it, so that's why there's so many different watches, because everybody likes something different. Hopefully, these do better. They look better in pictures. I don't know. Let's see. So we're going with my sensibilities today. So we got our warranty card, blah blah blah, instruction book, blah blah blah, and this should be the Skyline. So labeling your box with a top would be nice, and there we go. Now, one of the differences in this watch club over Watch Gang is that you know what's actually coming. You get to pick it yourself. They'll show you the watch, and they're at the top tier, which this is. It's a Swiss automatic, and it's going to come in various different colors with some possible different straps, and you get to pick what you want. And I'm noticing this strap is not well done. It's crooked. Y'all see that? The teeth links, see how they start right here, but they, like this link is right up against this metal right here, but then it curves down and it's not up against the metal there. But over here it's straight. So already I am very disappointed. That just looks sketchy as all get out. And at the price this watch was, there's no room for sketch. And with all the delays, we gave you the time to make everything perfect, and it's not. That's very disappointing. Other than that, it looks pretty decent. We'll have to get all the plastic off, take a closer look at it. Let me do that real quick and bring you back. Alright, here we go with the plastic all off of it. Give you a look. You can definitely tell that Milanese is not right. Got some bluing here I forgot to take off. It's got an ETA 2824 on the inside, so that's good. It's actually not a bad looking piece. The blue is really striking. I do like that a lot. The applied indices look a little bit plasticky, as well do the hands. And my movement stopped. Hopefully that's just a needs to be wound issue. There we go. So that's all that was. Fair enough. No AR coating that I can tell. You don't get that nice blue hue, so definitely, yeah, look at that in the light. No AR coating. I will tell you, this Milanese is a big disappointment, big letdown. This clasp is a joke. When you hook it on, this piece here, I don't know if I can get it on camera. When you close it, see how it wants to go over? See this little tongue right here? I use a watch tool for a pointer. This tongue right here is supposed to fit down in this hole right here, but it wants to go over the hole here. Now if you get it to line up and go down in that hole, it's actually really hard to get off. But most of the time it wants to actually go over the hole where it's not latched at all. But you can still close this piece over it, and it's just going to sit there and do that. So there's a risk, you know, with these Milanese, if they're not made well, there's a risk that the watch will fall off if you're not 100% sure, if you're getting, you know, moving quick in the morning trying to get out and you don't get it in there properly. You could definitely run into some issues. It is branded, but yeah, it is a junk band for sure. And at this price, and I'll tell you, I watched an interview with one of the Zew Box members, owners. I don't honestly know what his role is. He talks like he's part of the company, but he says he's not part of the company. I don't know. But he did an interview with the owner of this company. I don't know if it was S or B, but one of the two of them have left the company, and it's just one of them running it now. But in that interview, maybe it's just my southern mentality, but he came across as a super douchebag. Just real arrogant prick in the interview. And again, I spent a lot of years in the military. I worked with, you know, people from Northeast, Southwest, all over the country, and you know, I do understand that, you know, the way Southern boys speak is different than the way, you know, Northerners speak, and Easterners and Westerners. You know, we all have kind of our own lingo and our language, and things that would bother, you know, Southern boys don't bother Northern boys. I get that. I'm hoping that's all it is. I don't think he would purposefully come out and try to be a douchebag, but he sure did come across as a douchebag, very arrogant. I make the best stuff ever, and my stuff is fantastic. Well, you can't make a Milanese bracelet, or at least you can't pick one off a shelf that's not whack. So, yeah, no. When you get cocky, that tends to come back and bite you in the butt. So, there you go. But yeah, it's supposed to be sapphire. Let's take a look. We got our old diamond selector here. Let's make sure we weren't told untruths. It should light all the way up like Christmas tree and beat, which I expect it to. Yep, there we go. So we are good there. Fantastic. No AR though. That's a little bit of a bum, especially on a bald flat surface like that. I mean, just straight up flat. That is going to reflect like crazy, like you see in the light there. No AR coating. That's definitely problematic out in the daylight. You know, that could cause you some issues, but I mean, the general look is pretty nice. We'll get it on wrist. We'll get some wrist time with it, even with this jank band, and see how it does. And again, we're still waiting on the S&B Wraith. You know, another S&B watch. You know, again, the owner of the company, I won't release anything until it's perfect, and that's why it's taken so long, because I don't know, I'm amazing or something like that. But yeah, I'm still waiting many months later, and if this is the best Milanese you can come up with after all those months, I don't know that the wait was worth it, just saying. Hopefully the Wraith will come out better. Now the Wraith is a quartz, where this is an automatic. They're different tiers. The ZewBox has two tiers. One is quartz, one is Automatic. The automatic's obviously more expensive. Always Swiss, always Sapphire, supposedly. And every month it's a different brand. Now, one thing that kind of bugs me after looking at this watch and the watch itself seems like it's fairly quality. Just looking at it, initial look, that may change as we get some wear time on it. But looking at this Milanese band, no quality, or very minimal quality. It's not terrible by any means. It's just not straight, and at this price point, it should be straight. It should line up properly. But it doesn't feel like it's going to fall apart, though. These are super cheap connectors. This connector and this connector here are just super, super cheap junk. But the Milanese itself is not terrible. It's just not straight. But when you're out there making promises, one of the things that he mentioned was that Zew Box has contracted him because he's so amazing to check out all the other manufacturers that they release and to make sure that they're up to his standard. Yeah, I don't know about that, Chief. Your standards slip, so I don't know if you're as great as you think you are, but maybe. We'll see. Time will tell. We'll get this guy on the wrist and get some wear time. Let's pop you over to the computer and take a look at what Zew Box is, how much we paid, and what we can expect going forward with it. Alright guys, we're over here at the computer, and here is the Kickstarter campaign that I backed to join Zew Box. Now, you don't have to have got in at the Kickstarter campaign. If you're still interested, you can still join. They're an open model. They limit the number of members to a certain number, but as long as there's slots available, you can come in if it's something you're interested in. So, here it was, and there were 143 backers pledging $43,000, almost $44,000. This was the tier I pledged, which was $364, but I got access. You can't read that when I mouse over it. But at this line right here, you got access to the first quarter of the Executive Club. Now, that was the S&B Skyline that we just took a look at. And if you look right here, it says access to the first quarter of the Premier Club. That's the lower tier that has the quartz watch, which in this case will be the S&B Wraith. If we scroll down, what do we stand for? What are we doing? I said it's a membership, but you kind of get to pick, which is kind of nice. And you can, choose to, they release quarterly, I believe, and you can choose to go in that quarter or choose not to go in that quarter, however you want to do it. No cancellation fee. You can skip a quarter, double up, whatever. It's fine. So I did like that. Now you will see the first quarter I got was this quarter here. October, November, December, and it was expected December delivery. Here we are in April, have only gotten one of the two pieces. The next quarter was January, February, March. For delivery in March, we're in April, not a chance. Because we haven't even gotten the December ones yet. So there's a learning curve. I get it. They're a new company. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to do some things that, to be fair, other folks haven't done yet. So I'm going to give them a little bit of leeway in the timing. What I won't give them any leeway on is if you take that long, by gum, it better be right. It better come out of the box perfect. Not too keen on that first watch, gotta say. And hopefully it gets better as I wear it. Breaks in, it feels better, looks better. I'm not opposed to the looks at all. I did pick it. So, but hopefully the second watch is better. Makes a better first impression. Let's say that. Now I'll put it on video as well so you guys can see it. Everything's supposed to be 316L stainless steel, regardless of the brand. Everything's supposed to be sapphire crystal, and it's always supposed to be a Swiss automatic. On the automatic movement, the top tier, and it's always supposed to be a quartz movement on the lower tier. And here will be the Wraith when that does show up. like I said, there's still you can still sign up today. You can do join the club. Now this is the next quarter, which is actually already up, but hasn't closed out yet. So this will be the automatic. Then this will be the quartz, and you see they're different manufacturers. So you should get different manufacturers every time. Now one thing is you get to choose. It's not just this watch; it's several different variants of this watch, right? So you can do, white dial color, a black dial color, carbon fiber, or blue. You can do a polished case or a brushed case, though they really don't look different in these photos, but they are. You can do a polished bracelet or a brushed bracelet, your choice. So you get a lot of choices to choose from, which is nice. And that is, like I said, something new that other people haven't done. Now this guy's going to come with a Sellita SW200, which is cool. I've got a few of those laying around. And this is the Rockville from McDowell Time. So I do actually like this piece, and I did pick this piece up. We'll take a look at it when and if it ever shows up. I did not go with the Del Pole because I don't know, this just doesn't do it for me. I've got a ton of GMTs, and this is just kind of a meh GMT. So I did not bother picking this one up, but you can get it in black or white. You can get it in silver or black PVD. And then you can get it on stainless steel, or leather. So, I didn't go for this one, but we'll have a Ronda as most Swiss quartz do. Looks like we're looking at July for delivery on this one, assuming everything goes to plan. But and you see they're wanting $214 for it. If you got in on the Kickstarter, you get to carry the Kickstarter price over, which is kind of nice. So yeah, if you look at the the Premier Club was $89. So you get your quartz watch for $89 if you got in at this tier. If you got in at the higher tier at the automatics, you can get it for $275. So, and that'll carry on supposedly in perpetuitum. We'll see if that lasts, but that's where it is. But that is all the time I got for today. I know it sounds like I'm downing on S&B. I'm really not, guys. He set a certain level of expectation in his interview. The language and the words he used set an expectation, and I have concerns that he's not able to meet those expectations. But I'm going to give him the best and fairest shake I can. Like I said, we're going to throw it on wrist. I'll wear it around. We'll see how it does. We'll see how it holds up. I'll come back and we'll do a full review. I'll let you know the goods, the bads, the uglies, everything in the middle. And we'll see. We're going to give it a shot. We try to give everybody a shot, a fair shake. Just when you come out early and you set that expectation early, you got to be able to, put your money where your mouth is. You got to be able to back that up. And, if he hadn't said anything, it'd be different. But he came out guns a-blazing, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. He didn't actually say that, guys. But you get, the impression that was laid down. And, I don't know that it is. So, we'll see. But, like I said, that's it for today. I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me, as always. And until next time, y'all, get out there and make some noise. See ya.